If you're a millennial, there is a 73% chance you will not be able to retire at 65. Not might struggle, not it'll be tight, 73%. That number comes from the National Institute on Retirement Security, and it should make you uncomfortable. But here's what nobody is telling you. There is a specific mathematical window, and it is not closed yet. In the next few minutes, I'll show you one decision that could mean the difference between $600,000 and over $1.8 million. Same income, same monthly cost, just different timing. Stick with me because the math on this one is going to surprise you. So let's start with the actual situation. The median millennial, born between 1981 and 1996, has about $49,000 saved for retirement. That's according to data from Transamerica Center for Retirement Studies. Now, you might be thinking, okay, I've got time. I'm only in my 30s. And technically, yes. But here's the thing. Financial advice almost never explains properly. Compound growth is not linear, it's exponential. And exponential curves have a nasty habit of looking like nothing is happening right up until everything happens at once. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Let's say you invest $300 a month starting at age 25. You put it into a low-cost S&P 500 index fund. Historically, that fund has averaged about 10% annual returns over the long haul. By age 65, you would have roughly $1.76 million. Now, here's where it gets painful. Your friend, same age, same income, waits until 35 to start, same $300 a month, same 10% return. By 65, $820,000. A 10-year delay cost $940,000, not from the 10 years of contributions. That's only $36,000. The other $904,000 is pure lost compound growth. That is the silent tax of waiting, and almost nobody feels it until the math becomes irreversible. Now here's the good news, and this is the payoff I promised you at the start. You do not need to be rich to fix this. You need to understand three numbers. Number one, 15%. 15% of your gross income is the savings rate most retirement research points to as the baseline for a comfortable retirement. If you make $60,000 a year, that's $9,000 annually, or $750 a month. If that number feels impossible right now, start lower. 5%, even 3%. But start. Because as we just saw, the starting date matters more than the starting amount. Number two, 0.03%. That is the expense ratio on some of the cheapest index funds available. What is an expense ratio? It's the fee the fund charges you every year. And here is what they don't tell you. A 1% fee over 30 years can eat nearly 30% of your total returns. That's not a typo. 1% in fees can cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars over a lifetime. So when you pick your investments, look for expense ratios at or below 0.1%. Number three, the 4% rule. This is the guideline for how much you can safely withdraw from your portfolio each year in retirement without running out of money. If you have $1 million saved, 4% means $40,000 a year. So if you want to live on $60,000 a year in retirement, you need roughly $1.5 million saved. That's your target. Now reverse engineer from there. Now where do you actually put the money? If your employer offers a 401k with a match, that is step one. A match is literally free money. If your company matches 50% of your contributions up to 6% of your salary, and you are not contributing at least that 6%, you are leaving money on the table. Step two, if you've maxed out the match, or if you don't have a 401k, open a Roth IRA. You put in after-tax money, it grows tax-free, and you withdraw it tax-free in retirement. For 2024, the contribution limit is $7,000 a year under 50. Step 3. Inside whatever account you use, buy a total market or S&P 500 index fund. Set it to automatic. Then do the hardest thing in investing. Nothing. Because here's what will happen. The market will drop. Your portfolio will be down 20, 30, maybe 40% at some point. Every cell in your body will scream at you to sell. Do not sell. The market has historically always recovered. Always. The 2008 crash recovered in about 4 years. The 2020 COVID crash recovered in 5 months. The people who got destroyed were the ones who sold at the bottom. Investing is not about being smart. It is about being consistent and being boring. The wealthiest retirees are not the ones who picked the perfect stock. They are the ones who picked a boring index fund, automated their contributions, and ignored the noise for 20 years. So, let's recap. 73% of millennials are off track. But the fix is not complicated. Know your 15% target. Keep fees near zero. Understand the 4% rule for withdrawal. Use your employer match. Open a Roth IRA, buy an index fund, and automate everything. The difference between $600,000 and $1.8 million is not your salary. It's not luck. It's when you started, and whether you stayed consistent, you still have time, but less than you did yesterday. If this was helpful, there's more on the channel. Subscribe if you want to keep learning how money actually works, without the hype, without the scams, just the math.